welcome to my channel. Today I am taking you through the application process for VIPKid. It's also called the hiring process. I don't know, it has two names, application or hiring, it's the same thing. So I'm going to be taking you through the steps of that process of what to expect when you apply, when you do your demo, when you do your mock, and when you sign your contract, which is what you want to get to. So watch this video so that you have a clear understanding of what is required and what is expected. I highly recommend starting with a referring teacher. We can really help you get through this process. We have tips and tricks. We are there to support you. We're there to encourage you. We have resources for you. So really start this hiring process with a referring teacher so that you can be successful and go through it easily and quickly. So this is where I come in as well. I love helping people. I love helping them go through the different stages, and I get so excited. So please, if you would like to use me as your referring teacher, use my link that I have posted below in the description box or my code, and send me an email. My email is there so that we are connected and I can write you and send you all that good stuff. You can also join my Facebook group that I created that already has a lot of information if you would like to know more, or my landing page that I made. So I started with VIPKid 3 years ago actually, and it was when I googled stay-at-home mom jobs, literally. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom, but obviously it's hard on one salary, so I was like, oh, there's got to be something I can do from home and I don't need to sell anything. That was super important. I'm not a pushy person or feel like selling something, so I was so happy when I found VIPKid. This job is for people who would like to stay home with their kids. It's for people who maybe have a disability and can't do your regular 9-to-5 job. You are at home, in the comfort of your home, you are sitting, and you can still work and teach. So this is such a good option. If you are a graduate student and haven't found a job yet, or maybe you're in between degrees and you need that part-time job, or you can make it a full-time job, this would be a great opportunity for you as well. If you are also trying to save up money, maybe you have your job, but you would love to have like just a little mound of money on the side for, I don't know, emergencies, for that family vacation that you really want to take, or if you want to buy those shoes that normally you would not allow yourself to buy, or that really cool car, I don't know, anything. This is such a great job because you can still do your 9-to-5 job and then come home and teach on the weekends, or you teach before you leave for work and then you have that extra income. It's also wonderful for people who are trying to pay off debt. If you have a lot of debt, this once again is a wonderful job to have because you can keep working and you can make that money and slowly pay off that debt, or quickly. It really depends how much you want to work. So you see, there are so many good reasons to join VIPKid. You can work as much or as little as you want. It's really up to you. I'm going to be talking about VIPKid a little bit more and about the requirements. If you already know all this stuff, if you just want to know, hey, what do I need to expect when I go through this process, just check out in the description box. I'm going to put in the minute that you need to jump to get straight to the hiring process, okay, to the first step. And if not, if you want to hear a little bit more about this job, just keep watching. So VIPKid is a company that teaches English to Chinese children. So we are the teachers, we are hired by VIPKid, and we teach them English as a second language, which is lovely. The students are just so great. They are 25-minute long classes, so you can do 2 classes in 1 hour. You don't need to create your own material. Each student is following the program at their own rate. So some will be taking classes 3 times a week, maybe even more, and others might only take it once a week. Every Monday they take their VIPKid class and then they have it again the next Monday. Or they maybe only do it twice a month. It's really up to them. They decide. So you get the material, you get the lesson as soon as you get a booking. So as soon as you get your booking with Dora, or As soon as I get my booking with Dora, I can see exactly what lesson I'm going to be doing with her, what other teachers have mentioned, like, oh, she really needs to work on her phonics, or she's doing so well with, making complete sentences. So we have all that information, their age, their gender, and how many classes they've already taken with VIPKid or with myself. So all that information is given to me as soon as I get that booking. Now, so you have 25-minute lessons, you don't have to create your own material, and you teach English online to Chinese students. So that is your basics when it comes to working for a VIPKid. Talking about the requirements, you need to have a bachelor's degree. I've already mentioned this, so it doesn't have to be in education, it can be in anything. You need a bachelor's degree at minimum. You can have more, that's great, but at least a bachelor's degree. You need to be a native English speaker with a North American accent. So unfortunately, they're not looking for people who have the Australian accent or the British accent. They really want that North American accent, and they want you to be a native English speaker. Number 3, you need 1 year's worth.
Nope, that's a lie. I just found out that it's now 2 years
of experience working with children. So it doesn't have to be in a classroom setting. If you have nannied or babysat or coached, if you were a camp counselor, if you were a camp counselor for 3 summers in a row, and they were 2 months long, you can add that up, and that's 6 months. So you already have half a year's worth there. So you can just think back to what you've done, when you've worked with children, and add that into your information. You need to be eligible to work in Canada or the US. So even if you are if you're overseas, if you're in Europe, but you're a Canadian citizen or a US citizen, you can work for this company. And then finally, you also need a TESOL certification. Now this, you can choose to do it before you apply. I'm going to put I have a link below, also in the description box, that you can use and do your certification before you even apply. This might help you with your base pay rate. So that's really interesting. If you don't have time for that, you can wait and do it at the end of the application process, because VIPKid offers one and it's free, but it's only good for VIPKid. So that's totally up to you how you want to go about this. Now, if you're a teacher, you don't need that certification, but everyone else, you will need one. So you can decide to do it before or after. And then you also just need a good internet connection, because you want to make sure that you're not, freezing all the time when you're in class with your student, or that you're having issues with your internet or your computer. So a good computer and a good internet connection is a must, because we are teaching online. So that is, our platform is online. Okay, so those were the requirements. So now let's talk about the steps. There are 4 steps in the whole process. Step number 1 is the easiest. You apply. That's all you need to do. It's the most important. If you don't apply, it can't work. Apply. You're going to put in your basic information. So your name, you're going to put in your experience. So this is your work experience with children. And make sure when you're describing your experience, you're using words like educate, teach, kids. You want those words in there, because it's actually a computer that's just scanning your text, and it's looking for those words. So it just really helps you show off that experience with children. You're also going to have to put in your education. So if you do have a TESOL certificate, anything, a bachelor's degree and above, put that all in there, and then you click submit and you apply. Hopefully you get an answer fairly quickly, and you will be offered to do your demo lesson or your interview. Again, it has 2 names. I don't know why. I think we used to call it interview and now it's called demo, but doesn't matter. You're going to do your demo lesson. You're going to have 3 options, which is great. When I started, there was 1. And it was the longest one. So you have 3 options. You can start with the smart demo. You can do the smart demo, which is on your smartphone. And I highly recommend this option, because it is the fastest and the easiest option. So once you've applied, you do have to download the app. the VIPKid teacher app, you download it, and then you continue and you do your demo through your smartphone. After that, your mock class and the rest of the application, you will have to use a computer or desktop. You can't do it through your smartphone, just so you know. But for the smart demo, that's all you need. You need your phone, and you're going to continue the process in there. So you'll download the app. You'll log in, and then it'll show pending, demo pending, and you click on that, and that's where you're going to see the next steps. So you're going to have the introduction. So that's where they give you things to read and little video clips to watch. They're like a minute long. They're really not that long, and you're just learning a little bit more about VIPKid and how they want you to teach. Now, in this stage, they're really just looking for if you really are a native English speaker and if you can follow directions. So you're going to have a little clip too of someone teaching a slide, and that's all you will have to do as well. You're only going to teach one slide, which is amazing. So this is why it's so fast. So before you get to that though, you will have, like I said, that material to read through and videos to watch. You're going to have a little quiz, 5 questions. You do need 3 out of 5 to pass, but if you don't, you can retake it. Now, so once you get to that part where you're going to demonstrate your skills, watch that video, copy it, and do exactly what the person is doing in the video, and you will be just fine. Speak clearly, speak slowly, smile, have a clean background, well-lit face so they can see you, and that's it. Maybe put your phone down. That will most likely be a better idea than holding it, because you might be shaky. So put your phone down and just record yourself. If you are unhappy with your recording, you can just go back and do it again. So it's going to be like a 2-minute max, or a 2-minute and 30-second video max, but it doesn't have to be that long. It could also be 1.5 minutes. It all depends how well you're presenting and how comfortable you feel. But once you've done that, you click submit, and again, you wait for your answer. This whole demo stage will also determine your base pay rate. So give it your all. It's very important, but don't worry if you don't know everything about teaching ESL yet. That comes later. It's really just being professional, speaking English, speaking clearly, and following directions. Okay, so that's if you do the smart demo. If you don't want to do the smart demo, you can do the recorded demo. But I must say, I don't understand why you would want to do the recorded demo because it's the same thing as the smart demo, except it's a little longer and you are recording yourself before submitting it. But you can also do that with the smart demo and re-record yourself if you're unhappy. So that's what I'm saying. You have both options of doing a little bit of a longer lesson, recording yourself as many times as you need to, and then sending it off with both smart demo or recorded demo. So it's really up to you to choose which one you want. Finally, you have the interview. The interview is where you actually get to sit in front of a live person that is in China, and they're going to pretend to be a student. Now, this is the longest option. You're going to have like a mini lesson that you need to teach that student, and it's great for the reason that you get feedback right away. So if the person, the adult, is showing you a blank expression and showing you, I have no idea what you're asking me to do, then you can reassess right away and say, oh, I need to change the way I'm explaining this. Whereas if you're recording yourself, you can't do that. But it's also long to do this, and it can also maybe be nerve-wracking and unnatural for you to be teaching an adult that's acting as a child. It's totally up to you. That's what I did when I started. It comes down to how you feel about each option. So I highly recommend the smart demo because it's the fastest and easiest, but there are pros and cons to all 3 of them. So you choose. Once you have passed that, the demo stage is when you find out if they want to hire you or not. If they decide, yes, you're a good candidate, they're going to send you your base pay rate and you're going to move on in the application process. If for some reason they see that you might not be the best candidate, they're going to let you know at this stage. Once you have passed the demo stage, you can celebrate because you are in. You're almost there, and it's very, very unlikely that they will fail you from this point on. You would have to make a lot of you would have to schedule times for your mock class and cancel them a few times for them to say, you know what, we don't think you're taking this seriously, right? So when you do book your mock class, make sure it's a time that you can make. So you don't want to be choosing a random time and then canceling and saying, really, that's too early or that's too late, or I had a party and I didn't know if I was going. Only book it once you're sure. So you're in the mock stage. This is where you get to choose what level you want to teach. So there is level 2 and 3, that's together, and then 4 and 5. I once again will tell you exactly what I think. I highly recommend starting with 2 and 3 because that is where the majority of the students are when they start VIPKid. So the majority of the students are in either level 2 or level 3. So if you get this certification, you can teach level 2 and 3, and your chances of getting booked are much higher. So what happens next is that you choose level 2, 3, you are going to be sent your lesson. So this is the lesson that you're going to be practicing. You have, technically there are 2 lessons. So there's lesson A and lesson B. And it will be your mock class mentor, the person that's going to be on the other end of the screen when you're teaching, that will decide which one he or she wants to see. So they might say, okay, please, teach lesson A or lesson B. So they decide. So make sure you're ready for both. VIPKid will send you some reading, some videos to watch, and you're going to learn all of this stuff before you do your mock class because you want to be well prepared. Now, if for some reason you don't pass your mock class, don't worry. This is the amazing part, is that you just get to do it again. Just think of it as practice, and really that's what it is. You're practicing. So you might have to do the mock class 2 or 3 times before they actually say, okay, yes, we think you're ready. You can now start teaching and go on to the next part of the application process, which is actually signing your contract. Some people can pass that mock class in one shot, and others just need more practice. And I think it's good because then once you do teach, you feel very ready because you've done it 2 or 3 times. So don't worry about it. Don't think, oh my gosh, I failed. You didn't. That's the amazing part. You didn't fail. You just get to do it again, practice again. Take the feedback that they give you, apply it, and do that mock class again. Once you pass that level 2, 3, you can go back before signing your contract and do 4, 5. I recommend doing 4, 5 as well, because if you have level 2, 3, 4, and 5, that means now that you are open to all of these students. You can teach any student that is in level 2, 3, 4, 5. There are more levels that you can add once you're hired, but it's really good to start off with those 4 because that's where all the students are. There are some in 6, 7, and in level 1, but again, that can be done once you're hired. If you decide, no, I just want to start teaching, that's okay too. You can keep going and sign your contract, and you can get certified for 3, 4 later. It's just going to take a little bit more time to get that certification. During the mock class stage is also where you really want to utilize your resources from your referring teacher. This is where we're really here to help you because you might want to practice, or you might want to send a video of yourself and send it to your referring teacher and ask for feedback. You want to make sure that you have a nice background, a teaching background set up. So all of these things are things that we can help you with and encourage you or give you information about. So reach out to that referring teacher that you chose. Okay, and once you've passed your mock class, whichever you choose, or if you choose both, you are in the signing contract stage. Yay! That means you get to teach soon. Okay, so this is where you will sign your contract. You will upload pictures, 3 pictures of yourself and maybe your family if you want parents to see. So this is like a little window into your life. There is an intro video that you will have to record saying hello to the parents, showing off some of your teaching skills, or just talking about yourself a little bit. It's just a very short video that parents can see before they book you. There's also a background check to do. So super simple. You just put in the information and VIPKid takes care of the rest. So you don't have to do anything else. And finally, this is also where you would take your TESOL certification if you have not already. It's not that long. I think they tell you can take up to 10 hours, but I believe most people do it in like 2. The Ministry of Education in China requires it, so all teachers, online teachers, need it now. Okay, and then that's it. Yes. Once everything has been approved, you can start opening slots, you can start teaching. I suggest to start teaching right away. Open as many slots as you can, because that will really boost your profile and make you available to so many parents when you open a lot of time. So don't get hired and then wait a month before you teach. That'll make it harder for you to get through everyone else that's already hired. Just a little FYI. So make sure you start with a referring teacher. Find someone that you already know, someone that seems knowledgeable, or just someone that you really like, that you jive with, or you like their personality. Choose them, reach out to them, and good luck. Check out all my information that I have in my description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please hit subscribe and that notification bell so that you see all my new videos that I will be posting. I post about ESL strategies and teaching for VIPKid, and I also post videos for new teachers or people that are interested in teaching for VIPKid. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to hear from you, and good luck. Bye-bye.